In August 2003, 17-year-old high school senior Mike Rowe of Victoria, British Columbia, registered the domain MikeRoweSoft.com to host his fledgling web design portfolio, a tongue-in-cheek nod to Microsoft that he thought was harmless fun. He built the site as a modest part-time business, showcasing graphic design samples and accruing fewer than 30 visits a month, never imagining it would spark an international legal showdown. One pun, one legal battle, and suddenly, the world was watching a teenager armed with dial-up internet take on a tech titan. In mid-January 2004, Mike's inbox filled with a blistering cease and desist letter from the Canadian law firm Smart & Bigger, representing Microsoft. The 25-page document accused him of cyber-squatting, demanded he surrender the domain immediately, and rejected his counteroffer to be paid $10,000 after Microsoft's initial $10 expense reimbursement. Rather than fold, Mike printed the entire letter, posted it on his site, and calmly refused to comply, setting the stage for a battle. Within hours of publishing the legal thread online, MikeRoweSoft.com was flooded with traffic, over 250,000 page views in a single day. Tech blogs and outlets like CNN and USA Today gleefully cast Mike as the plucky underdog, painting Microsoft as a heavy-handed corporate bully. Strangers poured more than $6,000 into his legal fee fund. One well-wisher mailed him a high-capacity printer, and pro bono attorneys offered their services, all galvanized by the simple story of a kid refusing to back down. Microsoft's public relations team, suddenly facing a fierce online backlash, issued an uncharacteristic mea culpa. We take our trademark seriously, but in this case, maybe a little too seriously. By late January 2004, both parties quietly reached an out-of-court settlement. Mike agreed to transfer the domain, and in return Microsoft covered his out-of-pocket expenses, built him a replacement site with redirected traffic, and provided an Xbox bundled with games, plus a subscription to the Microsoft Developer Network and an all-expenses-paid trip to their Research Tech Fest in Redmond, Washington. Unwilling to let the episode fade, Mike then auctioned off the original cease and desist letter, along with the accompanying WIPO trademark dossier on eBay, branding it a piece of internet history. Although fraudulent bids briefly drove the price toward $200,000, the auction was reined in and ultimately closed at $1,037. Demonstrating his trademark generosity, Mike donated the bulk of his legal defense fund to Canuck Place Children's Hospice, using the remainder to finance his university education. In the aftermath, Mike redirected his energies from his teenage prank to a tech career. He founded Magic Pixel Labs, specializing in mobile app development, and later co-founded ForkJoy, a crowdsourced restaurant menu app. Today, he frequently speaks at industry events about the importance of branding, intellectual property, and the perils of underestimating a determined teen with a clever domain name and a printer. The saga of MikeRoweSoft.com remains a cautionary tale and an inspiration. Sometimes the simplest joke can ignite the fiercest debate, and a teenager's pun can teach a multi-billion-dollar corporation a lesson in moderation. Subscribe for more.